Janice Hume. I teach first grade at Lille, and we loop, so I keep the students for 2 years. Technology is one of the strands of the core standards for the district, so technology is incorporated in all the other curricular areas for most elementary teachers. So we do use computers. We have a computer lab. There are computers in the classroom. I have 3 days a week that I have students in the computer lab. At that time they're working individually, or we're using the smartboard.
With the advancement and dependency on technology, the Illinois State Board of Education has implemented state standards to ensure that students learn how to use technology efficiently and become part of the movement defined by Henry Jenkins as participatory culture. Students use existing knowledge for new ideas, create original works, use models and simulations to explore issues, and use programs and games to find possible solutions. Students interact, collaborate, and publish with peers and experts, communicate ideas through different technological mediums, develop global awareness through contact with people from other backgrounds, and contribute to others' original works or problems. Students also figure out how to work through problems. They find, evaluate, and put together information from different sources, evaluates the information being published and used, and analyze the data they find. Students identify real-life problems and create questions to guide their research. They gather and synthesize the information they find to draw knowledgeable conclusions about their findings, and they do so using multiple mediums of media. Students are aware of the threats of media and approach it in a safe and cautious manner. They demonstrate a positive attitude and personal responsibility for their actions and learning. Finally, students understand different mediums of technology and can use and apply different mediums at their own discretion to produce meaningful work. They are well-rounded in the technology to work through technological problems, and they use their own knowledge to enhance their ability to learn and use new technologies that appear in the future.
A computer tech teacher teaches people to use computers. I use computers in school for research, completing assignments, and typing up work. I learned to use computers in kindergarten, and I use the internet for school research assignments, checking my email, and going on Facebook to talk to my friends. The internet is a place for people to do research, get connected with their friends, and get and send messages from people by using email.
I use computers as part of a center for math and reading.
I had the opportunity to sit down with a woman who has a son that attends Montessori. I was able to ask questions about Montessori to her and also her son, Carter. Why did you choose to enroll Carter into a Montessori-based school?
He was not being challenged enough in daycare and in public schools. He functions better in a child-driven environment than in a teacher-driven environment.
What thoughts did you have when deciding Montessori versus a traditional education school?
Cost, which is much more expensive than public schools. Teachers and how they handle my son, which his sensory issues and also his behavior challenges. The overall curriculum and the teacher-to-student ratio.
Can you describe the overall curriculum that you have witnessed since your son has been attending Montessori?
Well, as soon as he completes a grade or level, he can move up to the next one. They learn subjects such as math, reading, geography, and also practical life skills. Practical life skills include washing dishes, cleaning floors, preparing food, and cleaning tables. The overall atmosphere of Montessori is meant to be a calm and serene one.
Describe the teaching techniques that Montessori uses.
Well, the teacher gives a presentation, and the child is given the freedom to do what they want with the information they are given. The child can spend as much time as they want to on their projects or their activities. They can choose to work independently or with other classmates. They cannot move on to the next level until they master each task.
Is there a difference between Carter and your other children's access to technology at school?
Yes, I would say my other son Ryan has more experience because they have computers at school, and he comes into contact with them at school too, whereas Carter does not. At Montessori, they do not have computers. They are more focused on hands-on activities rather than using technology.
How skilled would you say that Carter is with technology, noting the fact that he is only 6 years old?
Carter is very skilled and experienced for his age. He absorbs information and other behaviors from the things and people that surround him. As far as his experience with technology, Carter observes his older brother and his father when it comes to games and technology. Since my husband is an IT guy, he is always dealing with technology, therefore, Carter seems to be around it.
When talking to Carter about technology use, he told me that he has no computers in his classroom except for his teacher's computer. When I asked him what the internet was, he did not know how to describe it, but he knew that he plays his games on it.
What's available now is amazing.
Definitely.
I can choose almost anything I want to teach for science, floating and sinking, and I can find so many lessons that I can do on the smartboard. It's great. I don't have to create my own activities. I just find it, and it's so, because the smartboard is so interactive, that it really, the kids, it just sparks their attention and they love it.
But we're not quiet all of the time.
You're not?
No, we know there are times and places to be quiet, and other times and places when we can make noise if we want to. For example, when we play, we make all the noise we want.
When the word gaming is said, many people picture a basement full of people playing DDR. The reality is, video games have a much greater potential. When you were younger, you might remember games that you played in a computer lab, like Oregon Trail. You may have found yourself wondering, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? At that time, we didn't realize we were being shown geography, or being led into a world of what pioneers faced. But today, these lessons have grown. Today's school-age children spend more time playing video games than we could have imagined back in our Carmen Sandiego days. As Frontline's Digital Nation has demonstrated, this has caused panic among caretakers and educators who believe that as their society becomes further immersed in the digital world, children are spending more time in entertainment and less on learning. Instead of fearfully trying to restrain kids from enjoying video games, we should make use of their potential. Who says education can't be fun? Video games offer unique opportunities for learning. In games, students can apply the knowledge they are obtaining immediately to solve problems. Virtual reality games allow kids to see what they are learning put in context as they play the roles of scientists, historians, and mathematicians. Schools are skeptical about incorporating video games into traditional curriculum, but at the same time they're struggling to match the patience, concentration, and excitement that kids show when playing video games.
Do you use any video like YouTube or something similar?
We do, and actually we have put class videos on.
Oh wow.
So, which has been great.
I'm Karen, and I'm a member of Lifelong Kindergarten here at MIT Media Lab. Our focus is to help people be creative and make things. And so our group has done a bunch of things to help people make things. Our group worked on Lego Mindstorms, and if you come in, I'll show you what we've been doing with Scratch, a new programming language to help you create all sorts of stories, games, music, animations. So, this is Scratch. It's really easy to create your own stories, games, music, animations, and the core principle behind Scratch is you build things by snapping blocks together, much in the way that you build things with Lego by snapping blocks together.
Yeah, Scratch is kind of a program where you can design lots of different things. Like, you can design people dancing, you can design lots of games, which are really fun. They're hard to, figure out how to do, but they're really fun. And just kind of basic videos as well. And what we're creating is a video about Henry Jenkins. And we were kind of surprised when we first looked at it, because it's hard to imagine kids younger than us being able to understand this, because it's really like intense stuff, but it's really fun. We have, as part of our background, actually where he works, which is right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. And we're going to include sound and his face.
Working on getting it cut out so that we can put it in as our little scratch sprite and get him to move around and be in the video. So.